Believe it or not, I've never visited Greece. My Europe record is shocking and it's time to make that right. I hopped on a flight from Canada to London, met my mum at the airport, stayed the night at the hotel, and then embarked on a 2-week trip to Greece. My plan to kick it off? Athens. I want to see as much as possible of the must-do sites in the city, and I'm hoping this will help you travel to Athens for the very first time. Let's get stuck in. My name is James, but you can call me Hamo. In 2023, I spent a year travelling the world with my girlfriend Emma. Join me as I take a look back over our epic trip, and remember to like and subscribe to keep up with our adventures. Welcome to Roaming with Hamo. What other way to start a trip than the classic British way of getting up early at an airport and getting an English breakfast in before your flight? The only difference here is that I'm having coffee and not a pint of Stella. This was the first time I tried out my new Osprey bag as a carry-on without putting it away above the seat. It's safe to say it doesn't really fit. Travelling to Athens from London is 4 hours and $30 Canadian one way with Wizz Air, and other budget airlines offer the same price for travelling in December. The views over the Alps were sensational, but not really what I had in mind given that Athens' temperature was in the late teens for when I arrived. I booked an Airbnb a 10-minute walk away from the Panathanaic Stadium, which we arrived to from the airport, and look at these views. We headed straight out into the centre of Athens for some traditional souvlaki. It tastes unbelievable for the cheap price of €6. Kalamira, Athens. As the darkness approached, it was time for a cup of tea with this view. Can it get any better than this view of the Acropolis lit up outside of our window? Magical. The next morning we are up early for a day of exploring, and I need a coffee with a trendy breakfast. This is where we placed ourselves. So hello, we are here at Zampano Cafe in Athens. Let's go in for a trendy coffee. Look at this coffee. Proper cup that. Got my coffee here in a great little cup. Can't wait to taste it. Let's give it a taste. Oh wow, that is super strong. It's definitely going to be a dark roast, I'd imagine. Oh, so good. Ahead of time, I booked the Athens combined ticket for €25, and it's now €30 at the time of recording, which gives us access to 7 sites and monuments in Athens. They include the Acropolis, the ancient Agora, Hadrian's Library, Keramikos, Aristotle's School, Olympian Zeus, and the Roman Agora. And first on our list is hitting the slopes up to the Acropolis, and the walk up is lovely, some great views all around, and it's quite quiet. The first of many Greek theatres, I would imagine. Athens is notorious for tourist overcrowding, but as we made our way up, I thought the crowds were not too bad, and we got straight in through the gates with no queues. And there she is, the iconic Acropolis. And I must admit, this is a bucket list item achieved. Everyone knows of this place, even if people have no interest in travel. I just love the aura of the place, the history, and the amazing views of Athens. We are walking every inch of this hill to see it from as many angles as possible. And you may not know this, but you cannot go inside the Acropolis. There is construction work. They are looking to preserve this amazing monument, so I definitely agree with that. We have arrived in Athens, and I'm staying in Airbnb just downtown over there. But we walked up to the Acropolis, which is here. And it's a very, very easy transaction and quite a nice walk. It took about 20 minutes from where we were staying, and also the ticket situations, you buy online, scan your ticket at the entrance, and you walk straight through. You can buy a guide if you need one, an English speaking guide to talk about the history, or you can get your own audio on the app on the phone. We decided neither, just to walk around, enjoy the view, and yeah, here we are. Fantastic. This is the Parthenon, the world famous Parthenon, and you can see this
from anywhere in Athens. It's a pretty spectacular landmark, probably one of the best I've ever been to. And it is also the former temple of the Athenian Acropolis. And that's dedicated to the goddess of Athena in the 5th century BC. It's about a 10-minute walk from the entrance up, and there's stunning views all the way around 360. So you do have to come here, it has to be a must in Athens. I don't think I could ever get tired of this view.
Look at these views. As you can see, the weather is starting to clear up, which is great news, and it's actually relatively mild, and I could have easily worn shorts for this trip. And as we walk down to the next site, my summary is amazement at this place. I just love stuff like this. Full of history, iconic, easy to do, and my imagination gets going when I try to imagine what this place would have been like in the heyday of the Greek Empire. This is a cliche for Athens, but the Acropolis should be on your list when you visit, and we are making our way to the temple of Olympian Zeus, which is a short walk away, and I'm really keen to see what it's like. Unfortunately, travelling in the off-season can be risky because the temples could be renovated, and this is the case with Zeus. However, it is still amazing to see. I love these columns, especially this wonky one. Is this more wonky than Pisa? After a lot of walking, we are heading towards the Acropolis Museum. We fancy a bit of lunch, a coffee and some aircon, and of course, we want to see the artifacts. I love history as much as the next person, but I'm quite knackered and you see a lot of the same thing. It was a great visit, but there's not much content here as it wasn't much different from what I showed you literally a second ago. For each artifact, you would need to know the context behind it, all the scripts, etc. But what is cool though, is how they built it above a really old archaeological site. And after a long day, we needed some Greek food, so we found a local restaurant close to our Airbnb. For some reason, I decided now was the time to try a Greek coffee at 8 PM. It could be an error, but it tastes great, quite strong, needs sugar. The food is delicious. Another Athens morning and another breakfast, and we're making our way to the I Feel Cafe this time. Let's see and hear more.
Let's give this trendy filter coffee a go. Cheers. Yeah, very, very light. Very, very light. Weirdly, it's more expensive than the Americano / espresso, but that tastes absolutely fantastic. Brilliant.
Day one was a fantastic day of sightseeing. We saw the Acropolis, the Parthenon. We also popped to the Acropolis Museum, and we went to the Temple of Zeus. Just unreal, the history here is insane. And day two, we've started here at the Agora of Athens. This little column down here, absolutely brilliant. And there's more days of exploring. Had a brunch, had a coffee, raring to go. I absolutely love this building. Its style is so elegant, and the smell of it just gets me going. The Agora of Athens is bigger than I thought, a lot of monuments and mini acropolises, and you need to give yourself some time to visit for sure. And what are these geezers discussing? We enjoyed our time at the Agora, and now we're making our way to a site that's not included in the Athens Pass. We arrived at the Panathanaic Stadium, which hosted the first modern Olympics. Entry to the site is €10, so we decided to head in and see what we could find.
Right, I've been into some awesome stadiums in my time. The Maracanã, Wembley, MCG, Portman Row, Bonnie Blues. But this has to be up there. Look at this for a view. Here we go. The original Olympic Games. 2,500 years of history here. Here's a better view of this. Look at that. Absolutely sensational. What a place. Come and check it out. €10 entrance fee, and you can pretty much go anywhere on it. Lovely. Might get down that track later and give a bit of a sprint on, like my year 5 winning 60-metre sprint in Norfolk. Come on.
Some great views to start. I started a hyperlapse here and intended to walk all the way around the stadium, but gave up as it was too long. And we saw that you can head down to the track, so let's take a look there. This is the only stadium in the world built entirely of marble. The first version was built around 400 BC, then rebuilt by Herodes Atticus by 144 AD with a capacity of 50,000. It was largely abandoned when Christianity came over, but was rebuilt for the modern Olympics. Here's me getting ready for the Norfolk 60-metre final circa 1996. We are gasping for a coffee, so we dipped into It Cafe for a trendy. The Archaeological Museum is on the way back to the Airbnb, so we dipped in to see more artefacts. The entrance fee is €12, and we were all artefacted out at the end of this and decided to head back via a local place for dinner. More souvlaki, as you can see. That was the end of Athens until my last day in Greece after my trip to Carpathos Island, which you can see below in the show notes or on my channel. Fast forward 10 days and I'm back in Athens for a night before flying back to the UK. A coffee was needed, so I headed here. More on that in a second. I cannot believe they serve chocolate tiffins and caramel shortbreads. Unreal. Dinner is at Mama Tierra and it's incredible. The pasta here looks unbelievable and it tasted so good. My Airbnb for the night had paper thin walls and I could literally hear people breathing next door. So I'm a tad annoyed and tired at this point, so it's time to head out to the local.
So arrived at Thomas Specialty Coffee, super small place. You definitely can fit maybe 5 people in there, no more. We're probably about a 15-minute walk from Syntagma metro station. And today I've gone for Americano as per usual and a chocolate croissant. Prices super cheap. We're going like Americano's probably €2, espresso's €1.60. Let's give this coffee a go. Cannot wait to taste it. And it's needed. Let's do it. Oh, that's absolutely sensational. Oh, that's so good. I need to find out what coffee that is.
This was my first trip to Athens completed. You can head to the show notes below to read more on my blog about Athens. Overall, what a great city. So much history that you will turn into Herodotus by the end of your stay. As for me, I love the food, the friendly Athenians, the lack of tourists due to the off-season, the mild weather for December, the budget-friendly prices and the great coffee. Oh yeah, and some amazing views. What a place and what a city. Avtio. Please follow and subscribe on my YouTube channel today and let's go and see the world. Cheers, Hamo.